Hi, I'm Max Spainhour.
And I'm Troy McCormick. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. I'm Troy McCormick, and today joining us is Michael Hamoya. And Mike here is with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources Division of Nature Preserves. Now, Mike and I worked together when I was with the Central Office many years ago, and Mike has taken his work to the next level, if you will, by writing a field guide so that not only people in his office know about wildflowers and ferns of Indiana, but the rest of us have a chance to have a field guide we can take out into the woods and help identify plants. Now, Mike, I'm a little curious about what motivates somebody to write a book to begin with, especially when it's a field guide about plants and ferns. Tell me a little bit about the history of why you wrote, tell me the title of it.
Wildflowers and Ferns of Indiana Forests.
So here we go. What's the book about and who's it for?
Well, I think the title says it all, although I must admit I took a little liberty in defining what is a wildflower. Most people think of wildflowers as the big showy things that you see, and of course those are the classic wildflowers. But I've also included other plants that also have flowers, but they're not the typical flowers. For instance, trees have flowers, grasses have flowers, sedges have flowers. So what I wanted to do was to put together a guide that if you were to go to any spot in one of our forests and look around you in a 360-degree view, that you could, with that guide, identify all of the plants actually. Not all, but most, about 300 or so in our forests. So
Native plants.
Native plants, although there is a small section that would identify the most heinous of the invasive plants in our forest.
Those interlopers into our woodlands that
exactly.
They've escaped, or somebody planted them around a farmhouse and the farmhouse is gone and now they're running amok, taking over the natural environment.
Right.
So we want to focus on primarily the native wildflowers.
Exactly. Indiana, I think, has one of the best displays anywhere that one could find of what we call spring ephemerals, and that is this big flush of wildflowers that come into bloom before the leaves appear on the tree canopy above. They're getting the light that they need, and we call them ephemeral because they don't last very long, so you need to get out into the woods this early time of year, but they're all in bloom now, and it creates an impressive display of wildflowers.
You know, you don't have to look real close at the ground. I mean, you can look out and see the purples and some of the early reds and the whites, but when you take the time to slow down as you're walking through the woods on a trail, then you really start to see the wildflowers coming out. Now, this April and May, early spring period, what have we got blooming in the woods today?
Well, here on this particular site, and I would say that the moist upland woods have some of the best displays of wildflowers. But we have wild blue phlox and twin leaf and bloodroot and spring beauty, trout lilies. We have a couple different species of trout lilies.
I saw some trillium coming in.
Some trillium, exactly. We do have some ferns, different species of ferns here. Now, ferns don't have flowers, but they are nonetheless part of our native plant life, and they're very interesting plants.
For people who have not really used a field guide before, or maybe they didn't have a lot of luck with their tree field guide and their dichotomous key or their bird field guide, tell me about the colors with wildflowers and how easy it is to use your field guide.
Well, as you'd mentioned, some guides utilize keys which involve a little bit of botanical training, not necessarily much, but perhaps the easiest way for a beginner, and I must say that the guide is geared both for the beginner and and those who have a little more advanced knowledge, I've clustered the different flowers and wildflowers by their flower color. So if you find a plant with purple flowers, for instance, you can go to the section of the book with purple flowers, and the plants within that grouping of purple flowers is arranged more or less by their blooming date. So it's not, this guide is not just for spring wildflowers, but for through the entire year. So the ones at the beginning of the section of purple flowers are going to be the ones that you would expect to find in spring. And then at the very end of that section with the purple grouping, you would expect to find the fall blooming plants with purple flowers.
Mike, I know that a lot of work goes into putting together a book like this. What would you say was at the core reason, or what prompted you to want to publish something like this?
Well, of course, I like plants. I think
it's a good thing in your profession.
I definitely like them. I think that plants have a lot to tell us. But what I really hope to do in publishing a book like this, of course, is to introduce as many people as possible to what's out here. And you really need, I think, to know the players, so to speak. You need to know the species so that you can come to appreciate them more. And ultimately, I think what I felt when I put this together, by getting people interested in not only our plants but our natural areas, is that they would become advocates for them, for their protection. So I really hope that is the ultimate goal in writing the book.
That's great, because, you know, I've always said I like to be a person who knows a little bit about a lot of things. And when I go out on a hike in the woods, whether I'm hunting, or I'm looking for mushrooms, or I'm just out for a walk in the woods, if I can look over and identify a plant, or I see a wildflower, instead of just thinking that's really pretty, I can think that's a really pretty Star of Bethlehem. It just makes me feel more connected to the outdoors and to that woods, and it enhances my experience. So, you know, field guides are a great thing to throw in the backpack, to take along with you, so that you don't have to pick a flower and take it home with you. You can just flip through and you can find it right then and there. Learn those characteristics, the areas to grow for, and what you'll find is next time you're out in the woods, you're looking for some of those flowers that you've already identified.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's an exciting array and variety of wildflowers throughout the state and throughout the year. And I know I really appreciate having a new field guide that I can take out on my hikes with me to help identify whether it's Dutchman's breeches to a lady slipper. And so appreciate the time and effort that went into producing the book. There was a lot of people I know involved with the photography, which is outstanding, to proofreading and helping submit information to you. And if you haven't updated your library for a while and you need a new field guide, this is one that I would recommend personally. And Mike, if somebody wanted to buy a copy, where is it available?
It's published by Indiana University Press, and they have a website, of course, where you can order it. But Amazon and of course the bookstores. The bookstores, they have it as well. So you can order it in a number of different fashions. So
great. Mike, thanks a lot for joining us today.
I appreciate it.
Offering basic to advanced obedience training, housebreaking, and behavior modification for your hunting dog or household pet. Shannon Dog Training is your full-service training center. We provide pet training, detection training, and kennel facilities. We specialize in detection dogs for narcotics, cell phones, arson, and cadaver dogs used by jails, prisons, and security centers. Shannon Dog Training can provide you with total off-leash control for a dependable working dog or well-behaved pet. After serving our country, serious injury shouldn't prevent our veterans from enjoying life. Paralyzed Veterans of America works with veterans to ensure that their health care and benefit needs are met, provides assistance with career needs, and offers challenging and rewarding activities. The Kentucky and Indiana chapter of PVA is also proud to provide adaptive sports and activities for its members. Paralyzed Veterans of America depends on the public's generosity to support its programs. Make your donation today and help give back to our nation's paralyzed heroes. Blastmasters of Indianapolis, Indiana is your source for custom stone sandblasting. We etch limestone markers for gardens and home landscaping projects to pet memorial stones and address markers. We offer brick pavers for fundraising projects and large monument stones for memorials and parks. Contact us today for your custom sandblasted Indiana limestone markers and memorial projects. Cave Country Canoes, located in the heart of Indiana's Cave Country, offers a variety of canoe rental trips from half-day outings for beginners to 2-day adventures for the more experienced enthusiast. Our canoe trips follow the gently meandering Blue River through the wooded hills of southern Indiana. Abundant wildlife and great fishing opportunities abound. Go to cavecountrycanoes.com for more information about our canoe and kayak trips. Your next adventure is just a paddle away. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. We're on a great hunt today. We're out turkey hunting with several members of Paralyzed Veterans of America, the Kentucky-Indiana chapter. And we've got the NWTF, National Wild Turkey Federation, joining us to help with guiding and with calling. And we've already had a really good day. In fact, we're going to spend a little time watching some video that we captured this morning. Now, I know that we're supposed to be turkey hunting, but one of our hunters, Jennifer Rutherford, and our IOA pro staffer who's running the camera, Amanda Rollins, they had a close-up and personal encounter with some white-tailed deer. Now, you just never know when you're out in the field what you're going to see, what you're going to experience. But I got to tell you, I think our hunters really enjoyed having a true sense of the outdoors. And these deer were extremely curious about this turkey hunting blind and the decoys, and I think they may have even seen a little bit of movement inside. But good grief, when you're 4 or 5 feet away, you're bound to catch a little motion inside the blind. Now, the deer did finally wander away, and the target of our day, turkeys, did kind of wander in a little bit. Now, unfortunately, the first ones in were hens. But for a first-time hunter on a first-time turkey hunt, even hens can be extremely exciting. I mean, these birds came in to within about 15, 20 feet of the blind, and even though they didn't have any beards and they weren't legal birds for shooting, wow, what an exciting time the women had getting to watch these birds moving through the field in front of their blind. Now we're talking. That's what we're looking for. A gobbler comes in about 80, 85 yards off to the girl's left, and he goes into full strut. But the problem is he's got a couple of live hens with him, so he's not really interested in coming into the decoy hens or the calls that our hunters are using. But let's just wait and see if they can entice him to come within shooting range. Well, unfortunately, I think that big gobbler is just going to hang in there and stay off out of shooting range, and because he never did give them an opportunity for a shot.
Well, we got together this morning early, 4:30. We all got in, had a donut. We got all the hunters out. It's nice and dark. A little lost trying to get into the fields. find their way in the dark, but we got everybody to the blinds this morning. Had a good hunt. When I came to pick you guys up, the turkey was in the field just around the corner from you guys and run him off. So that was this morning. This afternoon I come back to get you guys. Well, I run him off again. So it's kind of the way it goes, you know.
So tomorrow we're going to try shooting.
Good. What did you do today?
I went turkey hunting for the first time.
Awesome. What happened? You went this morning and then you went again this afternoon, right?
Yes. Nothing really happened this morning. We had one come close, but not close enough to hit it. And we had some, what do you call it, girl?
Hen.
Hens.
You had a hen come out in front of us. Saw some deer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you hear as far as the male bird goes?
We heard him gobbling, and he was pretty loud, and he sounded like he was just right over that way.
Despite the perfect weather and conditions, I was hunting with Paralyzed veteran chapter president Kevin Sparks. We didn't see any turkeys, so we decided that when it was time to leave the field, we were going to do a little target practice, and I volunteered one of my decoys for the target. I'm gonna take the safety off.
Ready?
We're ready. You killed my decoy. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Did it jump? Did it
Nice
push your shoulder a bunch?
Just a little recoil, but not bad.
Yeah. Boy, you nailed it though. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, if I'm using that other shotgun, that probably knocked out of me.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we'd have had a turkey walk up in front of us, we'd have lined him up and gotten him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we'd have busted him real good right there. I think your decoy's not good right now.
No, I think you peppered him pretty good, knocked him clean off the stakes.
Yeah, he's not doing real well.
But that's the way to do target practice.
That's good. That was, yeah, he is not going to be very well right now.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Indiana outdoor adventures.
Life Essentials in Brookston, Indiana provides the products you need to become more independent. Products like our Journeyman wheelchair provide all-terrain access for the hunter and all-around outdoorsman. Every year, thousands of people are born with or acquire disabilities. Whether your special needs are for residential, commercial, agricultural, or just enjoying the outdoors once again, we customize our lifts and mobility products to fit your needs. We're raising you to new heights. Call today and we'll work with you to take back your life. The Old Goat Trading Post in Bloomingdale, Indiana offers not only traditional fur hides, hats, and mountain man-like apparel, but beautifully crafted spirit hides. Artistically sculpted from elk, moose, deer, and buffalo hides, they are the perfect wall hanging for your home or vacation cabin. The shaved hair sculpture and original painted scenes combine to create a natural canvas and work of art. Visit www.oldgoattrading.com for more information.
Lawrence County is an unexpected destination found in the heart of southern Indiana rolling hills, offering recreational landscapes, a rich limestone heritage, and unique outdoor experiences. This area is limestone country, well known for limestone quarries and stone carving heritage. It's also the home of Spring Mill State Park, geocaches, the scenic East Fork of the White River, and underground caverns. Plan your adventure at limestonecountry.com or call 800-798-0769.
Looking for adventure? Marengo Cave has it all. Explore the underground wonders of Marengo Cave with our 2 easy walking tours, or go on an adventurous cave exploring trip with hard hats and lots of mud. Kids will love discovering gemstones at the Cave Springs mining flume. This U.S. National Natural Landmark has been open to the public since 1883 and provides breathtaking views of underground cave formations. Visit us online at marengocave.com and plan your visit today. Tell me a little bit about the hunt this morning. As it started to get daylight, what happened out there in the blind?
Well, it was a little crazy for about the first 20 minutes trying to get set up, and then all of a sudden daylight was breaking, and a hen flew over and landed about 100 yards in front of us and kind of blew us away a little bit, and we're kind of shocked.
Now, was it still dark?
Uh,
Just probably about daylight breaking if they're flying down.
yeah, about 5 minutes
Yeah, okay.
before daybreak. And then within an hour, I would say all of a sudden seen a head pop up on the ridge. Popped up off the grass, popped up. Oh, there he is. And he started coming down, strutting. And it was about 100 yards out. And then he stopped about 30 yards in front of our blind. Turned around a couple of times. Was looking at the blind, looking at the decoy, and I guess he was got disinterested. And then he turned and went up towards the woods again.
Better. Got him.
Yeah. You got him. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Brad.
Congratulations. Thank you. Is that called teamwork?
Woo!
That's the way we like to do it. Good job. Good job, Robin. Whew.
How you feeling right now, Mike?
I'm good. I probably have 3.5, 4-year-old bird.
I gotta look.
I've seen Corey. I mean, that's.
I got him right there. Most of it's right there.
He's.
Nice.
What do you think? He's around 20-pound mark. You couldn't ask for a better bird.
Try to get a picture.
Yeah. Nice, pretty fan. You couldn't do much better, brother.
I got to get a picture of you,
You don't mind you facing there, break the camera.
So we came this morning. We got set up. What were you thinking about the ride as we were coming across to the blind?
Well, considering this is the first time I've been out here hunting, and I want to thank the NWTF, great support, great organization. I'm glad I'm a member. First time turkey hunting in southern Indiana. Second time turkey hunting ever. Surprised the out of me. That bird, I didn't think it was going to come. So, your decoy's awesome.
No,
And
lucky.
so are you.
Don't look. Yeah, it's all right. We'll take it when we can get it.
Beautiful bird. Gonna taste good too, I think.
Oh yeah.
So this morning we were sitting in the blind and somebody spotted a hen. It was really hard to.
She flew right over our head. She must have been roosted behind us.
Yeah.
That's what I figured, but she flew right over our heads.
Landed up there on top of the hill, moved, and then wandered off, which was good.
That's a good thing. Thank God she didn't go left. Because
Yeah.
she did, we never get this bird.
Yep.
But yeah, I know we had them gobbling pretty good on roost. And they gobbled for a while and finally got quiet. And we heard them gobbling sound like they were going the other way. But we figured they were on hens. Got listened for a minute, sit back, relax, called, and all of a sudden here he comes. And looked up around the corner, all we saw was a head sticking on top of the ridge. And never saw a pretty bird strut down a hill. I mean, he strutted all the way down that hill.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking about 100 yards that bird strutted in. And
It's a good thing you moved the camera. Or you
I was going to
would've
say, it's a good
lost
thing we moved the camera this morning because I don't think we'd ever got that one on film. But yeah, he got in, bird. I don't know if he lost interest. He thought something was wrong or what it was, but he decided to start walking. Luckily, he had a shot on him and made a great shot. Couldn't ask for a better hunt. 7:07 in the morning. Way to start the day.
it. Yeah.
Fish for his first bird. So
First
even better.
bird.
Even better. I'm glad I could be here, be part of it.
And I appreciate it.
Anytime,
Thank
young
you.
man. Anytime. Glad we could do it.
Yeah.
At least a 3.5, 4-year-old bird. Just a real nice Southern Indiana Eastern longbeard.
We're here at the PBA hunt. We got out early. I was hunting. My hunter was Mike McLaughlin. He was able to bag his first turkey. I can't thank Jack Dykes enough with the National Wild Turkey Federation. He was my caller. We were able to get a bird in. Mike got his first bird. I mean, it was just a great morning.
Well, tell me a little bit about, you're out hunting with a person that is a paraplegic. They're confined to a wheelchair. Were there a lot of difficulties that you had to overcome to take somebody like that hunting?
It really wasn't that difficult. We had trailers. We were able to get them right into a blind. While there were a few challenges, they're very easy to overcome with just several volunteers, and we were able to have a nice hunt.
And Robbie, who were you hunting with?
I was hunting with David. He's a semi-quad paraplegic. Like Robin said, we had a nice trailer to take us back, dropped us right off at our blinds. Field was a little soft, so we had a little challenge getting the wheelchair in. Nothing we couldn't overcome. It was very easy to get him in there, get him set up. Nice thing about it, his particular wheelchair raises up, so he was able to get up a little higher and see out of the blind real well. We actually seen quite a few birds. Got some shots off at some birds. Didn't harvest any birds, but hey, can't always harvest something that's more of being out here and enjoying the fun.
That's right. Now, let me ask you this. It was a 2-hour drive for you guys to come down here, and you had to take 2 days off of work to help out. And besides being on the IOA Pro staff and helping to film, you guys actually asked to help participate with this. What was it that made you want to come down and help with our Paralyzed Veteran Hunt?
Well, just to give back to them. I mean, they gave so much to us. I mean, that's a lot of times that's why they are paralyzed veterans, because something happened to them while they were in service or something. Plus, we have a son-in-law that just got home from the Army, so felt like we should give something back and help these guys out. And what a better way to do it than bring them out here on this property. We're nice enough to have a super place to hunt. I mean, it's just unbelievable out here. Birds are just unbelievable.
Robin, what do you think? These people, these men and women that have so many challenges in their lives, to get out in the woods is sometimes a new experience for them. It's a little rewarding.
It was very rewarding. I have a passion for passing it on. I mean, usually it's youth, younger people, but to be able to do it, you know, for someone that may have a little bit of challenge getting out there to help them do this. And I mean, they were so excited to see that. I mean, to watch a paraplegic take his first turkey was as good as me taking my first turkey. I got it on film. It was great.
There you go. That's all right there. That's a shot you need. That's a shot you need right there.
Going off in the morning.